guys, welcome to Elli-May Smoked Barbecue. We've been absent, MIA if you will, for a couple weeks. My daughter got married this past Saturday, October 3rd, so last few weeks we were really busy doing wedding stuff and trying to get prepared for that and tie up all the loose ends so there wasn't any issues. First, I'd like to say, give a big shout out to Mr. Ryan Foley. Heck of a young man. Had the opportunity to spend some time with him both at the bachelor party and at the wedding. He helped me relive my youth, if you will, and reminded me just how old I was. But anyway, he has a twin brother, Kevin. Both are out in the Los Angeles area, and if you're ever out there, if you ever want to look for some investment property or commercial real estate or just a residential home out in the Los Angeles area, out in California, give these guys a shout out, man. They are the real estate kings out there. CBRE is where they're located. I don't really have the phone number, but you can look them up if you're out there. Let me just say, this is not a sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. Just me giving a big shout out to a couple young men that I've had the opportunity to hang out with. Two great guys. So, like I said, if you're in the real estate market in the Los Angeles area, give them a shout, and they will definitely take care of you. So anyway, today we're going to do duck, smoke a duck. And what we have here, this is not a wild duck. This is a duck that we purchased from the grocery store. It weighs about 4 pounds, maybe a little bit more. But what we're gonna do is smoke it on the drum smoker using cherry wood. And we figure it's probably gonna take a couple hours. We're looking to get it somewhere around 160 degrees in the breast. And then we'll pull it off, let it rest for a while. But if you don't know, duck is very, very fatty. And I know you can't feel this on camera, but there's a lot of fat under the skin before you get to the meat. So what I'm gonna do is prick holes all through it to let the fat kind of escape once it renders down, so we don't have big chunks of fat. And I'm gonna use this knife. Now, you can use, I've seen the little corn cob things that you stick in there, the corn cobs work great. They've got two little sharp needles on them, you just kind of poke it, but I don't have those, so we're gonna use a knife today. Once we get it poked, full of holes, then we're gonna season it. And what we have here is just a seasoning we threw together, equal parts of salt, pepper. It's got a couple tablespoons of onion powder and a splash or two of some cayenne just to give it some kick. Then we made a sauce that we're gonna glaze it with, probably the last third or so, quarter of the cooking time. And this is basically soy sauce, orange juice, and some honey. And I believe it's about a cup or so of soy sauce, half a cup of orange juice, and then 3 or 4 tablespoons of honey. Then we mix it up and we'll glaze it near the end of the cook. So what we're gonna do now, I got oranges here. I don't know if you can see those. We're gonna stuff the cavity full of oranges to give it some more citrusy flavor inside. So we're gonna go ahead and start poking this thing. And now you don't wanna poke into the meat. So you gotta be very, very careful. You just wanna kind of get into the skin and into the fat, just so it has some holes to go out, leak out of, if you will. Now I've already done the bottom side of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the top side of it. But basically just poking holes, no rhyme or reason, however you want to do it. You know, every inch or so would work. And be careful not to poke yourself. Just give it a little bit of dabbing. All over it. So that should do it. Poke some down there just for the heck of it. All right. We're going to run the smoker today about 325, between 325 and 350. A little bit hotter than you normally would with like chicken or something, just so we can get the skin to really crisp up. Now there's not a ton of what you would think as chicken white meat. Ducks fly, so all their muscles are working. So actually on the chicken where you'd have the breast white meat, this is going to be more of a darker meat. So like I said, we're going to go to about 160 or so. So what we want to do now is we want to get it seasoned. So just salt, pepper, a couple other things. You don't really need a lot with ducks, you know. And then like I said, we're going to put that glaze on the last part of the cook. Actually, I'm gonna just lift this up real quick. Kind of get some down in the cavity. Don't know how much of a difference it's gonna make. We're gonna give it a try. But, flip her over. You know. We're gonna let this sit here probably for 20 or 30 minutes to kind of let that rub work its magic while we get the smoker ready. And then when I put this thing on the smoker, I'm just gonna bend back the wings and kind of tuck them underneath out of the way, because they are really not a lot of meat on them. I don't want to burn up. So get this side good and seasoned. I suppose you could use any kind of seasoning you wanted on duck, but I just think this will be just right, especially with the glaze we're going to put on it. But there you have it, nice and seasoned. Made just the right amount. And then what we're going to do now is just going to stuff this thing full of these oranges, just to give it some more flavor and kind of plump it up a little bit to give it some more area for the heat to go. I'm just going to cram all that in there. No rhyme or reason. And don't worry about smashing them, because all that citrus is going to go into the meat. So there you have it. I'm just going to stuff that in there. And then, like I said, we're going to tuck those back when we cook them. And I may tie that just to kind of hold it in there. Probably not, but probably not a bad idea, actually, so stuff doesn't run out. But so there you have it. Our duck ready to go. Again, it's going to go on the drum smoker. We're going to use cherry wood today. And then we're going to run the smoker about 325, 350. Probably run it about 2.5 hours. We're guessing this is going to take. Going to get the breast to about 160, pull it off, let it rest for a while, and through that process it'll come up about another 5 degrees or so. It'll be about 165. And then we'll glaze it in the last part of the, probably last third or so of the cook. And then once we get all that done, we'll bring you back, we'll cut into it, and we'll see exactly what's going on and check it out. Let's look at the moisture content. This is the first duck that we've smoked, so we're really anxious to try it and see exactly what happens. So everybody stay tuned, and remember, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and give it a thumbs up. And we shall see you back in a little while. Take care, be safe. Here we go, guys, about 30 minutes into the cook, and we're at about 120 degrees, so it's coming along really, really nice. A lot faster than I anticipated. This thing will probably be done in about another hour. So you can see the skin on the edge is starting to brown a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and get this thing closed back down so we don't lose all this heat, and we'll check back on in another 30 minutes and probably start glazing it. So we'll see you then. Hey guys, welcome back. Here we have it. Final product, smoked duck. This thing took about just under 2 hours, and it's been sitting here resting for about 15 minutes. So what we want to do now is we want to cut into it, and you can see the color on this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't really even want to cut into it, it's so beautiful. But that's why we do this stuff, so we can enjoy it. So what we're going to do now is just cut open. We'll start with the breast and see what's going on the side there, and then we'll probably just take one of these little legs off and cut it and try it. But then we have inside of the cavity some oranges. I don't know that I'd eat them, but that we added some more flavor to it throughout the cook. So what we're gonna do now, is cut into this thing and see what's going on. So like I said, we'll start here with the breast. Oh man, this cuts like butter, freaking butter. Look at that. I mean, you can just see that moisture sitting in there. That's amazing. Look at that moisture in there. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's try her, see how we did. Wow, skin's crunchy. That is amazing. Nice moisture. A lot of the fat rendered out of it. Really good. So let's cut. Kind of cut into this thing right here. See what's going on in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but look at all of that moisture in that thing. That is amazing. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Man. Came out really nice. So just kind of recap what we did. This 4-ish pound duck I bought at the local grocery store. And we seasoned it with salt, pepper, a little bit of onion powder, and some cayenne. And then we kind of poked some holes all through it just to let that fat render out and just run off of the down into the smoker wherever we decided to go. And we stuffed the inside of it with oranges and these little dudes right here. I don't know what they would taste like. Probably okay. Did that, and we made a glaze, soy sauce, about a cup of soy sauce or so, half a cup of orange juice, then 3 or 4 tablespoons of honey. Then we cooked it right around to 140 degrees, and we started glazing it. And then let it smoke on a drum smoker using cherry wood and lump coal, and it ran about 340, 350 the whole time. Like I said, just under 2 hours till it was completed. It was 160 in the breast when we pulled it off. So, if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, ring that bell, and make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss any more of these things. Until next time, everybody take care, be safe, stay healthy. We're going to go enjoy some duck now. So we'll see you guys next time. Take care.